Hello, dear students. In our last class, we have completed the questions of exercise 6.5. And so, in today's session, which is our session 5th of Maxima and Minima, I am going to discuss with you some of the important word problems of miscellaneous exercise of NCERT book. Now I am going to discuss with you some of the important questions of miscellaneous exercise. Now first of all, this is question number 8. Now in this question I have to find the maximum area of an isosceles triangle inscribed in the ellipse x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1 with its vertex at one end of the major axis. Now if you see this diagram, I have taken the ellipse as mentioned in the question, according to the equation mentioned in the question. Now let me suppose that A dash is the major axis of the ellipse. This is the one of the endpoints of the major axis. I am taking the vertex of the triangle at the point A. Now as equation of ellipse is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square equal to 1. Now its parametric equation will be x is equal to a cos theta, y is equal to b sin theta. Now parametric equation means writing the variables x and y in terms of a third variable, and I have taken here the third variable, that is parameter, as theta. A and b are constant quantities. Now how can I say that these are the parametric equation of this ellipse only? So x is equal to a cos theta means x upon a is equal to cos theta. Y is equal to b sin theta means y upon b is equal to sin theta. Now if I add square and add these two equations, I will be getting x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to 1. And so this is the equation of ellipse. So actually these are called parametric equations of the ellipse. Now since they are the values of x and y, so I can say if I take a journal point pxy on the boundary of ellipse, the coordinates of the p can be written as I will take value of x as a cos theta and value of y as b sin theta. So let p a cos theta, b sin theta is any point on boundary of the ellipse. Now what I will do, I will draw a perpendicular from p to x-axis, that is I will draw PM perpendicular on x-axis and extend it to point Q. That means now then joining AP and AQ, I will be getting a triangle APQ. Now the symmetry of the figure. Now since ellipse is an symmetrical figure about x-axis, so it is very much clear that AP will be equal to AQ. That means triangle APQ is an isosceles triangle. Now students, I have to find I have to maximize the area of this isosceles triangle. Now what is the formula of finding area of a triangle? It is half into base into height. So now in this case it will be half into PQ, that will be the base of the triangle, into AM, that will be the height of the triangle. So I will find out values of PQ and AM. Now what is AM from the diagram? AM is actually OA minus OM. Once again look at it. AM will be equal to, it will be OA minus OM. Now what is the value of OA? It will because the coordinates of the point A, which is the vertex of the ellipse, is A0. So OA will be equal to A. And what will be OM? Now since coordinates of P point are A cos theta, that means the distance OM will be equal to A cos theta. So it is A minus A cos theta, which is equal to A into 1 minus cos theta. And what will be PQ? PQ will be actually equal to PM plus MQ, or you can say twice of PM. Now what is PM? It is the y coordinate of this point. PM will be y coordinates of point P. So it is PM is B cos theta, B sin theta. So what will be PQ? It will be 2B sin theta. Now find the area of triangle APQ, which is half PQ into AM, which is half into 2B sin theta into A into 1 minus cos theta, which can be written as, it is A into B upon 2. This is A into B upon 2 into, now I will multiply 2 sin theta by 1. So it is 2 sin theta minus 2 sin theta cos theta, which will be equal to AB upon 2. It is into 2 sin theta. Now applying the formula of sin 2 theta. Sin 2 theta is always equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. So this is sin 2 theta. So this is my area of the triangle, and clearly it is the function of theta. Now A and B are constant quantities and theta is the variable here. So I will mark it as result number 1. Now for applying the second derivative test, I will differentiate it with respect to theta. So now what is A dash theta? Now A dash theta will be equal to AB upon 2. Now differentiating 2 sin theta with respect to theta, it is 2 cos theta minus, now derivative of sin 2 theta is cos theta into, by chain rule, derivative of 2 theta, which is 2. So this will be equal to AB upon 2 cos theta minus 2 cos 2 theta. So I can take 2 as common and I will be getting the result as A into B cos theta minus cos 2 theta. Now this is the value of A dash theta. Mark it as equation number 2. Now the second step is finding the critical points, for which I will substitute A dash theta as 0, which implies A into B cos theta minus cos 2 theta is equal to 0, which implies cos theta minus cos 2 theta will be equal to 0, which implies cos theta is equal to cos 2 theta. Now cos theta is equal to cos theta will give me the result. Now this will give me the result that theta is equal to 2 theta. Either this will happen or theta is equal to 360, that is 2 pi minus 2 theta. Now how it will happen? Because this is a positive quantity. So cos theta is positive in first quadrant and in fourth quadrant. That is, theta must belong to first or fourth quadrant. So if it is in first quadrant, it will be simply theta equal to 2 theta, and if it is in fourth quadrant, it will be 2 pi minus 2 theta. That is, I may write it as cos 2 theta or cos 360 minus 2 theta. This can be the value and this can be the value. But now if I take theta is equal to 2 theta, then what will be value of theta then? Now theta is equal to 2 theta will give me that theta is equal to 0, because 2 theta minus theta will be equal to theta, and theta is 0, which I have to reject. Because if theta becomes 0, the situation, the equations will not be possible. So I have to take that theta is equal to 2 pi minus 2 theta, which is giving me shifting minus 2 theta on left side. So it will be theta plus 2 theta is equal to 2 pi, which implies 3 theta is equal to 2 pi, which implies theta is equal to 2 pi upon 3. That is, it is 120 degrees. So I have obtained value of theta. Now I will differentiate a theta second time. That means I will differentiate a dash theta for finding the second derivative. So now what will be my second derivative? Now I will differentiate this quantity. It is equal to AB into derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. Then again derivative of cos 2 theta is negative sin theta, and if I multiply it by this negative, I will be getting positive sin 2 theta, and by chain rule derivative of 2 theta is 2, which will be multiplied. So this will be equal to AB minus sin theta plus twice sin 2 theta. Now I will find the value of this result at the angle theta is equal to 2 pi by 3, which will be A into B minus sin 2 pi by 3 plus 2 sin 2 into 2 pi by 3. So now a double derivative at 2 pi by 3 is this. So now simplifying it further, it is A into B minus sin. Now 2 pi by 3 can be written as pi minus pi by 3, and 4 pi by 3 can be written as pi plus pi by 3. So now this will be equal to AB into minus sin. It will be sin pi by 3, because what is sin 180 minus theta? It is sin theta. Then it is twice. Now what is sin pi plus pi by 3? Now it is in the third quadrant, so sign is negative there. So minus 2 sin pi by 3. Now this will be equal to, it is taking minus, then 2, and because they are same, so 2 plus 1 is 3. So it is minus 3AB sin pi by 3, which gives me the result minus 3AB. Now what is sin 60 degrees? It is under root 3 by 2. So now clearly this is a negative quantity. So this is a negative quantity, means that area of the triangle is maximum. Now area of triangle, it was APQ is maximum when theta is equal to 2 pi by 3. Right, so I have reached to the result that area becomes maximum at theta is equal to 2 pi by 3. Now student, let us again read the statement of the question, because before giving the final result we have to ensure that what is the requirement of my statement. Now this is now my answer should be find the maximum area of an isosceles triangle. So I have to find now maximum area. So for finding the maximum area, what I will do, now this was my area functions originally. This is my area function. Now I will put value of theta as 2 pi by 3 in this area function. So now maximum area will be equal to A 2 pi by 3, that is value of area at theta is equal to 2 pi by 3. So this becomes twice sine 2 pi by 3 minus sine 2 into 2 pi by 3, which gives me the result that this is 2 sine pi minus pi by 3 minus sine, it will be 4 pi by 3, which will be written as pi plus pi by 3, which gives me the result. This is AB upon 2 twice sine pi by 3 plus sine pi by 3. So obviously now this will be 3 upon 2ab sine pi by 3, which gives me 3 upon 2ab into under root 3 by 2. So which is my final result will be 3 root 3 upon 4 into ab square units. So which completes my question number 8 of exercise miscellaneous of chapter number 6. Now the next question which I am going to discuss with you is question number 11th of miscellaneous exercise. Students, this is a very important question and interesting too. Now in this question, a window is in the form of a rectangle surmounted by a semicircular opening. You can see in the diagram there is a window. It is in the shape of a rectangle surmounted by a semicircular opening. The total perimeter of the window is 10 meter. Now find the dimensions of the window to admit maximum light through the whole opening. Now the given constant quantity in this question is the total perimeter of the window, that is 10 meter is the given perimeter of the window. Now we have to find the dimensions of the window to admit maximum light. Now what does it mean, maximum light? Now since window is like this, so light will pass through this part. That means I have to maximize the area of the window. Now for this, let me consider that let 2x is the length of the rectangle, y is the width of the rectangle, then what will be the radius of this semicircle? Now because the diameter of the semicircle is DC, which is equal to AB. So what will be the radius? It will be OC, that is half of 2x, that is x. So let 2x is length of rectangle ABCD, then x will be the radius of the semicircle, and let y is the width of the rectangle. Now it is given that the perimeter of window is 10 meter. Now perimeter means the whole boundary of the window, whole boundary. That means we will not include this line segment DC in the perimeter, and because the first thing which comes in our mind that perimeter of window is perimeter of rectangle plus perimeter of semicircle. So but if you are taking perimeter of rectangle, then this side you will include, which will be wrong. So perimeter of window means just the boundary of the window, which will give me the result. I will start from this. It will be y plus, I have taken this, then AB which is 2x, then plus, then BC which is again equal to y, plus now half of the circumference, that is boundary of the semicircle. And what is the formula of circumference? It is 2 pi r, but now I have to take only half, that is semicircle. So it will be 2 pi r is my x divided by 2. And this quantity must be equal to 10 meters. It must be equal to 10 meters. Right? So 2 divided by 2 is 2. So finally it is 2x plus 2 pi 2 नहीं आना बेटे यहाँ पे, it will be 2x plus pi x, because 2 divided by 2 is 1 plus y is 2y is equal to 10. So then y will be equal to, it will be 10 minus 2x minus pi x divided by 2. So I will mark this as result number 1, and which gives me the relationship between the two variables x and y. Now I have to maximize the area of this window. So let me find the area of the window. Now area of window will be equal to area of rectangle plus area of semicircle. Now what is area of rectangle? It is length into breadth. So in this case length is 2x and breadth is y. Then plus area of semicircle is half of area of circle. So what is the area of circle? It is pi r square. R square is x. So it is pi x square divided by 2. Now you can see area there are two variables in the function of area, so converting it to the single variable. Now my area function will be, I will put value of y here from equation number 1 to make it in the single variable. So now I will write it as ax. It is 2x into value of y is 10 minus 2x minus pi x upon 2, then plus pi x square by 2. So now simplifying, 2 divided by 2 will be 1, and expanding this bracket it will be 10x minus 2x square minus pi x square plus pi x square by 2. So now this is my area function. So I will again simplify it. So ax will be equal to 10x minus 2x square. So what is minus pi x square plus pi x square by 2? 2 will be the LCM. So minus 2 pi x square plus pi x square will give me minus pi x square by 2. I will mark this as equation number 2. Now for finding the maximum value of window, maximum area of window, I will differentiate equation number 2 with respect to x. So a dash x will now be equal to, derivative of 10x is 10, derivative of minus 2x square is 4x minus, it will be twice pi x upon 2. So now put derivative as 0, which gives me 10 minus 4x minus 2 divided by 2 is 1 minus pi x is equal to 0. So for finding the value of pi, the equation can be written as 10 minus x into 4 plus pi is equal to 0, which gives me the result that x is equal to 10 upon 4 plus pi. So now I have to check whether this value of x is giving me maximum area or not. For this I will differentiate 3 again with respect to x. So what will be the double derivative? Double derivative will be, derivative of 10 is 0, minus 4x derivative will be 4, and here 2 by 2 is 1. So derivative of pi x is pi. So that means double derivative at the point 10 upon 4 plus pi will be minus 4 plus pi, because there is no variable in this expression. So we are not going to put any value. It will remain as double derivative is equal to minus 4 plus pi, which is a negative quantity. So therefore area of window is maximum. Window is maximum when x is equal to 10 upon 4 plus pi. Now let us see the statement again for giving the final result. So beta, you can see that the question was, the final result I have to give, find the dimensions of the window. So my answer should be dimensions of the window, because I have already shown that area is maximum at x is equal to 10 upon 4 plus pi. So for dimensions, x was actually the radius of the semicircle. So radius I have found. So what will be the now length of window? Dimension means I have to find length, I have to find width, and I have to find the radius. So length of window was 2x. So this becomes 20 upon 4 plus pi, and it is in meters because my perimeter was 10 meter. So it is in meter. Then width of the window will be y, which now I have to calculate. And for how will I calculate it? By substituting the value of x in equation number 1. So y will be equal to, it is 10 minus, so putting the value of x here, x is 10 upon 4 plus 5. I am taking x common first from here. So it will be minus, it is x into pi plus 2 whole divided by 2. So which will be equal to 10 minus, now value of x is 10 upon 4 plus pi into pi plus 2 divided by 2, which gives me the result by taking LCM. 4 plus pi will be the LCM that I am writing in denominator. It is 40 minus 10 pi minus 10 pi minus 20. So which will be 40 minus 20 is 20, and it will be here, it should be plus 10 pi. So 10 pi minus 10 pi is 0. So this simply becomes 20 upon 2 into 4 plus pi, which is equal to 10 upon 4 plus pi, and this is again in meter. This is width of the window. Now what will be the radius of the window, or you can say radius of semicircle, semicircular portion of the window? It will again be equal to x, which is 10 upon 4 plus 5 pi meters. So this completes my question number 11th of miscellaneous exercise. There are 3 answers: length, breadth and radius. So now we will discuss question number 17th of miscellaneous exercise. Statement is like this: show that height of the cylinder of maximum volume that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius capital R is 2r upon under root 3. Also find the maximum value. Now in this question there is a sphere in which a cylinder is inscribed and the radius of the sphere is a given constant quantity. Now in this question we have to find the maximum volume of the cylinder. Now let me suppose that O is the center of the sphere, R is the radius of the sphere, and X I am taking as the radius of the cylinder, and 2y is the height of the cylinder. Then what will be this length of the line segment OC? It will be y. So I have written that all these dimensions, that OC is equal to y, CD is equal to x, and OD being the radius of the sphere will be equal to capital R. And remember that in this question this quantity is the fixed quantity, this is a constant quantity. Now first of all we will establish a relationship between x and y. So for that I am considering the right angle triangle OCD. So in right triangle COD, I can write it COD, it will be x square plus y square is equal to r square by using Pythagoras theorem. I mark this as result number 1. Now as I have to maximize the volume of the cylinder, so now volume of cylinder. Now what is the formula of volume of cylinder? It is pi r square h. So here it will be pi, radius is x, so x square, and height is 2y, so into 2y, which gives me 2 pi x square y. Now what I will be doing, I will be substituting the value of x square from equation number 1 to convert it into a single variable. So now volume of, then if I am putting value of x, that means my volume will be now the function of y. So it is 2 pi. Now what is value of x square from equation number 1? It is r square minus y square into y. So on simplifying, this will be 2 pi r square y minus y cube. Let me mark this as result number 1. So differentiating both sides with respect to y. So what will be v dash y now? It will be 2 pi into r square is constant. Derivative of y is 1. Y cube's derivative is, it is 3y square. It is 3y square. So now in next step I will put v dash y as 0, which gives me that 2 pi into r square minus 3y square is equal to 0, which gives me the result that r square minus 3y square equal to 0, which implies y square will be equal to r square upon 3, and which will give me y is equal to r upon square root 3. So now I have found value of y as r upon under root 3. So now differentiating the function y dash y, v dash y for finding the second derivative with respect to y. So I am differentiating. Let me mark this as equation number 2. I am differentiating 2 with respect to y. So this is 2 pi into, now derivative of r square is 0 and it is minus 6y. So finding the value of double derivative at y is equal to r upon root 3. It will be minus 12 pi into r upon square root 3. 6 into 2 it is 12, and putting the value of y. So which is a negative quantity. Okay. So it is a negative quantity. So therefore volume of, which shows that volume of cylinder is maximum if y is equal to r upon square root 3. So let me find the value of x also. So x square was r square minus y square, which gives me r square minus, put value of y, r square upon 3, which will give me 2r square upon 3. Now let me see in the question what is my requirement of final answer. So you can see what was the, show that the height of the cylinder inscribed in the sphere is 2r upon under root 3. That means first of all I have to show that height of the cylinder is 2r upon under root 3, and then also I have to find the maximum volume. So for finding the height, I have already found the value of y. Simply I will multiply it by 2. So height will be 2r upon under root 3. Now for finding the maximum value, I will put value of x and y in the result of volume. So I will be getting now, first of all, height of cylinder is 2y, which will be equal to 2r upon under root 3. And what will be the volume, or I must say maximum volume of the cylinder. Maximum volume of cylinder will be, it is 2 pi x square into y. So substituting the values, I have already found value of x square. So it is 2r square upon 3, and what is value of y? It is r upon square root 3. So this becomes 4 pi 3 root 3 r cube cubic units. So this is my maximum volume of the cylinder. So dear student, after completion of this session, I am giving you 4 questions for practice. All of these questions are from your miscellaneous exercise of NCERT book. So you try these questions. Thank you and have a nice day.